Hello everyone and welcome to our channel of Azure Cloud Today. What is RBAC in Microsoft Intune? Let's understand this with a small example. Imagine that you're managing Microsoft Intune for an organization called Azure Cloud Today that has a total of 1000 employees, and you have an IT team that consists of 5 employees. One focuses on iPhones. Another focuses on Android devices, another focuses on all Windows devices, and the others support help desk related tasks. Now tell me, should every single one of them have full access to everything inside Intune? Probably not. And that is exactly the problem role based access control or RBAC solves. In this video, I'm going to break down what RBAC is, why it matters, what the built-in roles inside Intune actually do, and how to decide which role to assign to the right people on your team. By the end, you'll understand the concept well enough to apply it in a real environment. So what is RBAC? RBAC stands for Role-Based Access Control. This is a security control which controls what employees can see and do inside a system based on the role that is assigned to them. Think of it this way: in a hospital, a doctor can prescribe medications, but a receptionist cannot. Both work at the hospital, both are logged into the hospital system, but the system gives them different permissions based on their role. Also, as an example, if we give Tom a doctor role, then he can view medical records and also give prescriptions. But Harry has a receptionist role, so Harry over here can schedule appointments and has access to the billing section. RBAC in Intune works the same way. Instead of giving every IT admin full control over every device, every policy, and every setting, you assign them a role that matches their actual job responsibilities. This is also one of the core principles of security, which is called least privilege, where you give users the minimum rights to complete their job, nothing more than that. How RBAC works in Microsoft Intune. There are three blocks over here: role, scope, then members and groups. RBAC in Microsoft Intune is built on three building blocks, and understanding these three is the key to understanding the entire system. Block 1 is role. A role is a collection of permission and it defines what someone can do. For example, the help desk operator role includes permissions like read device data and perform remote actions, but it does not include permissions like delete compliance policy. Block 2 over here is scope, and a scope defines where this role applies. Think of this as a boundary where your company, for example, has two locations, Ireland and Germany. In this scenario, you can create a scope tag for each of those locations. With that, you can limit the admins in Ireland location to only manage Ireland's devices, and IT admins from Germany would also be only able to manage devices in Germany. Do note that the devices must be tagged, these specific scopes that you create for this to work. It's not automatic. Block 3 is members and groups. This block defines who actually gets these permissions. Over here, roles like help desk operator role are always assigned to a group of users and then are scoped so that the access is limited. So you can think of this as a role plus scope plus assignment, which is this, equals what a person can do, where they can do it, and who they are. Built-in roles in Microsoft Intune. So Intune comes with several built-in roles out of the box. You do not need to create these. They already exist and cover the most common scenarios. Let me walk you through the key ones, which are Intune Administrator. What it can do: it has full access to everything in Intune: policies, devices, apps, reports, roles. This is the top level Intune role. Help desk operator can view users and device info, perform remote actions, and run basic troubleshootings. Read only operator can view everything in the Intune portal but cannot change anything. Policy and Profile Manager can create, edit, and delete compliance policy, configuration profile, and app protection policy. Application Manager can manage app deployments, app protection policies, and application configuration. Endpoint Security Manager can manage security baselines, endpoint detection, disk encryption, and so on. Do note that the global administrator role in Entra ID automatically has full access to Intune as well. So if someone is given a global admin, then they don't need a separate Intune role assigned to them. Built-in roles versus custom roles. So you might be thinking, when Intune already gives you these built-in roles, then why would you ever need a custom role? The answer to this is, when a built-in role has more access or not enough access, then in such a scenario, one would want to create a custom role. For example, you would want your help desk admins to have the ability to create compliance policy, but they shouldn't have the ability to touch configuration profiles. In such a scenario, you can create a custom role. So basically, when you want a more granular permission assignment, then in such a scenario, go for the creation of a custom role. At this moment of time, I just want you to understand the concept of custom role. In a future video, I will show you step by step on how to create a custom role from scratch inside the Intune Admin Center. Now, let me show you where all of this lives inside the Intune Admin Center. So we are currently at intune.microsoft.com. To look at the RBAC, we have to click on Tenant Administration. Then over here, we have to click on Roles. So these are basically all the built-in roles that Microsoft has given to us. We spoke about Policy and Profile Manager, Endpoint Privileged Reader, Help Desk Operator, Application Manager, Read-Only Operator, Intune Role Administrator, and there are a few more. And if you click on, for example, let's click on Help Desk Operator role. To look on what permission the Help Desk role operator built-in role has, you can click on Properties and then have a look at the permissions over here. These are a full list of permissions that the Help Desk operator role has. If you need more and this is not sufficient, then you can always create a custom role. If you think this is too much and you need to remove some of them, for example, all these you want to remove, then you can also create a custom role at that moment of time. Now, if you want to create a custom role, you can either duplicate one of the available roles or you can create one from scratch. If you want to create one from scratch, you must go over here, click on Intune role, custom IT role, click on next, then select from a list of permissions that you want that role to have, click on next, and click on create. Now, if you want to duplicate a role to create your own custom role, then you can click over here. For example, let's go to help desk operator again. Click on duplicate, IT role, maybe privileged, uh, privileged. Next, this would already have a lot of things present based on the help desk role. And if you want to add more, we can do this. Click on next, and then we create. If we do this, we will have our own custom role over here. At this moment of time, I just want you to know where to create this custom role from. And I'll walk you through the creation of a custom role from scratch in a dedicated video later on in this series. Now, let's understand this with some real world scenarios so that we could understand this even better. Scenario 1: mid sized company with regional offices. A company over here has 500 employees across Dublin, London, and Berlin. Each office has one local IT person. Using RBAC, you assign the help desk operator role to each local IT person and use scope tags to limit their access to only the devices in their office. The London IT person can reset passcode and remotely lock London devices but cannot see or touch Dublin or Berlin devices. This is one of the scenarios where RBAC would be used so that London people can only control all the London devices. Dublin IT will only control Dublin devices. The second scenario is separation of duties. Let's imagine we have a large enterprise that wants the security team to manage endpoint protection baselines and defender policies, but they do not want the security team changing app deployment or Wi Fi profiles or configuration profiles. The solution over here would be to give the security team the endpoint security manager role, where they can manage security baselines, firewalls, and other things, but nothing else. They cannot modify the Wi Fi profiles, configuration profiles, and things like that. Over here, also, RBAC can be used. The third scenario is training a new team member. Let's consider a scenario where a junior admin just joined the team and needs to learn how Intune works before they start making changes. Over here, in such a scenario, you can assign them the read only operator role so that they can explore the entire Intune portal, see every policies, every device, every report, but they cannot change a thing because they do not have the RBAC rule with them. And once they are ready, you can anyways upgrade their role to the required one. Let's look at what we covered so far. What is RBAC? We covered that. It stands for Role Based Access Control. It controls what people can do inside Intune based on their assigned role. The three building blocks, which are the role, which says what they can do, the scope, where it applies, and the assignment, which is who gets it, members and groups over here. We also looked at built in roles and custom roles, where built in roles are the roles provided by Microsoft Intune, and when built in roles don't match your needs, then custom roles over here lets you handpick permissions. And I'll show you how to build one in a future video. Thank you so much everyone for your attention. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you at my earliest. Thank you and have a wonderful day.